it's Tony with lidl.doodle. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Doing the video a little differently today. I thought as we are heading into pen show season this summer, I would show you the face behind the hands so that if we see each other at a pen show, you can say hi to me, and if I see you at a pen show, you won't think I'm a weirdo if I come say hi to you. So this video is inspired because I made a complete impulse purchase yesterday. It's, the end of May and getting ready for, the couple pen shows that we're planning. I've been really thinking about being intentional with my purchases up until that, so I can have some fun at the pen shows. But I got 2 emails yesterday, one from Atlas and one from Goldspot, both highlighting this exclusive new pen. And when I looked at it, it was like not normally a pen that I would have thought that I would want, but it just really spoke to me. And so it got me thinking about, what are the qualities of a pen that just makes it so that we just know that is our pen? There is just so much about this certain pen that is just us. And so I came up with 4 kind of qualifiers, even though I don't have this new pen in my hands yet, and we'll see if it fits the bill for the 4 things that I came up with. I thought, well, I'll look at my current collection, and I will just share the 4 things that I think kind of make a pen feel just right for me. And then maybe you can think about, do these things make a pen feel right for you? And if so, what in your collection do you have? So I'm going to go ahead and hop over to the hands part and show you the 4 things that I'm thinking about and the pens that fit the bill. Okay, so these are the 4 categories that I looked at, and this is 100% just my thinking. I grabbed some pens that I felt like the nib is just right for me. I grabbed some pens that I feel like the flow is just my flow, the overall feel, so the ergonomics, how heavy or light it is, how it fits in my hand. And then finally, I just went with pens that just bring me joy, that when I am writing with these pens, I just feel connected to the pen. Now, I know that sounds really kind of weird maybe to the non-pen person, so if you're a pen person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're not a pen person, then I don't know, maybe become a pen person so you get what I'm talking about. Anyway, all right, let's go. I tried to pick kind of an economical pen and then also maybe a higher end pen. I ended up with 3 pens in a couple categories, 2 pens in another. This is not some scientific anything. This is just my thinking and my rambling as I was, again, making that impulse purchase yesterday, where I just thought, oh, this is going to be the pen for me. Once I get it, I will share the pen, obviously, and then I will also share if it fits the bill for these. So the first one I want to share, I would consider this pretty economical. It's a Kakimori Frost, and I don't think I've talked about this pen very often. It lives in my commonplace notebook because it is a faithful writer. It just slips so nicely in here. Oops, it just fits so nicely in here, and it's very, non-assuming. It does not have a clip, which I like for my pen loops in my commonplace notebook. And it is just a nice solid writer. This is a medium nib. I typically get medium nibs, if not higher. And I will tell you, the nib that I ordered yesterday, I got it in a fine. So maybe I just don't know myself anymore. But this just always goes nicely. It's a bouncy nib. And for a medium, I feel like it's pretty true to what I like as a medium line. It's just a nice nib that I feel like is pretty solid and pretty consistent. I believe, I don't even remember how much this is. I will try to link all of these pens in the description if you want to check them out even further. The next nib that I go to often, this is a Galen leather collaboration with Studio, and I'm going to call them Studio A because I cannot pronounce the rest of the A word and I don't want to be insulting. But this was a pen that my husband got me off Galen leather, and he had it, he ordered it in a cursive smooth italic, which I absolutely love cursive smooth italic nibs. I have two or three of them, but this one is just always a great writer, and I always feel really good about the nib. And the thing with the cursive smooth italics, at least the two that I have, or three that I have, they do have a little feedback, and that is kind of a personal preference that people either sometimes like feedback or they don't. Maybe they have strong feelings about it. I don't really have strong feelings about feedback. And when I say feedback, if you don't know, that's just kind of like a little bit of scratchiness, but not like a scratchiness where it feels like the nib isn't tuned. It's just a little bit of, you can kind of hear it on the paper, and you feel it. So it's not just like smooth as butter, as some nibs are, but my cursive smooth italics, all three of them do have a little bit of feedback. And even though I do like a smooth nib and a smooth writer, the feedback on these do not bother me at all. Finally, for the nib, I'm kind of cheating a little bit because this is actually not my pen. It is my husband's pen. If they would have had two of these, I would have purchased it when we were at San Francisco Pen Show last year. This is the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande, and there was a specific line, and I can't remember exactly what it was. But this nib, you guys, this is the nib of all nibs. Check this out if you are ready. Number one, it is ginormous. What is this? Maybe a size 8. I can't remember how the sizing goes. But if we look at this, compared to this little tiny Kakimori nib, it's ginormous. And this is titanium. And so instead of like a steel nib or a gold nib, this is titanium. And I wish I had the words to describe how this feels when I'm writing with it. Okay, this is going to sound weird, but this is what popped into my head. I imagine, I've never ridden in a driverless car, but I feel like if it was a fountain pen nib, it would be this. Like, this thing feels like it just wants to drive itself. It's phenomenal. This is like the bounciest nib on the planet. I think this is a broad, and I know that my husband has said that he may look at getting it ground a little bit finer because it just puts down so much ink. But wow, it's just, there just aren't words to describe it. So if you've ever written with a titanium nib, I bet you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, if you ever get a chance to, if you're at a pen show or if you are at a fountain pen store and they have a titanium nib to try out, just give it a little whirl, because it's just something else. So this definitely had to go on the wow. If I can get my hands on a pen with a titanium nib here, in the next few months, or maybe I'll wait and see if there are any at the pen show. This was an exclusive just for the pen show, and they sold out really fast. Let's see, we got this at Drumgools. But wow, yes, so phenomenal nib. All right, moving on. So my next category was the flow. So a pen for me that just flows so nicely. It just makes the pen feel right. I don't have to fight with it. And I know a lot of that has to do with the ink, so I'm not dismissing the ink and pen combination, but when you get a perfect pen and ink combination. It's just something magical. This TWSBI is a 1.1 stub, and I have put a handful of different inks in here, and it has not let me down. Both shimmer and standard inks have always flowed really nicely in this, and so I give the pen a lot of credit because it has handled all kinds of inks for me. Oops, that is still wet, you guys. That much ink is still down there. Okay. So you can just see I was not putting much pressure on there. That line is just beautiful. I feel like I can write in cursive with this 1.1, or I can print. But typically, you know, with the 1.1 stub, I'm just printing. But this TWSBI, the nib just works. And I know I've talked in another video about a stub nib that just I couldn't get to flow. I think I hold all of my stub nibs up against this one because the flow is just fantastic. And the next flow that I absolutely love is my Zodiac Pen Co. This resin is a Patsy Koi, and I absolutely love it. This was my first purchase last year at the Pacific Northwest Pen Show, and since then I have just really come to love this company. The owner, Bart, is super fun. I've talked about him before. The nib is just a real simple, basic nib. This is a medium, and it has a, I believe I do I have a shimmer ink in this? I can't remember. Let's take a look. No, it does not have a shimmer in it. This is one of my oranges. Might be an Andurilium. No, it's not the Andurilium. I can't remember. Anyway, it is a bouncy nib. See, this could also have been in the nib category. But I love the bounce on this nib. Little tiny bit of feedback, and the ink pen combination that I have here is really just a nice marriage because I never have problems with flow. So this pen is just one that I will always just cherish, and I just love the way this flows. It never lets me down. So those are the only two I have for flow right now, and I'm sure I could have picked more had I dug a little deeper, but I kind of tried to just go like, what's my initial thought, so that I wasn't overthinking it. I have 3 for the feel. So how does the pen feel in my hand? How is it too heavy? Is it too light? Does it feel weird? And my first selection was my Pilot Custom 74. This is a pretty standard pen, I think, in the community that is well liked. I do not post my pens, meaning I do not put the cap on the back. I just like to hold my pen and then hold my cap in my right hand, just to kind of fidget or, set it aside. But I don't like to post pens because I just feel like it's just too long for me. And I know that, people just have their individual preferences, but I really do like how this pen feels in my hand. To mention, Pilot, you just can't go wrong with Pilot, in my opinion. And this is a medium nib, a great writer, but I just like it, how it fits in my hand. I like the weight of it. It's not a heavy pen, but it doesn't feel chintzy or too light or cheap by any imagination or any stretch of the imagination. The next pen that I really like the feel of is the Esterbrook SD. I picked this one, the Blue Moon with the scythe nib, just for fun. But all of my SDs, my Esterbrook SDs, that was kind of a mouthful, feel the same. They fit the same in my hand. I have a handful of Estes, and even though I've been trying to kind of focus my purchases more from makers and small businesses, I will always support Estabrook. I really like this company, even though they're a bigger company. They're classic, they're solid, their customer service is fantastic, and I believe that their products are fantastic, and I just love Estes. So this fits nicely, kind of similar to the Pilot Custom 74, not too heavy again. Don't like to post it, just feels kind of big and awkward if I post it, so I just really like that fit. And then one more for the feel. This is a pen that I just go to. I love this pen. This is my TWSBI 580 AL in, it's like punch pink or something like that is the color. And I have a few of these, but for whatever reason, this one, it just fits. I mean, they all fit the same because obviously they're the same size. It's the same pen, right? But I like the feel of this. This has kind of a textured grip here, and I really like that. This is a super wet pen. This is a medium, and I swear it writes like a double broad. It just puts down so much ink. It has Diamine Wild Strawberry in it, and it will never have any other ink besides Diamine Wild Strawberry in it because it is just so perfectly matched. And you can see, I don't know if you can see how much ink it put down, but wow. But again, you know, TWSBIs are one of my favorites. I know some people think they're overrated. I don't. I really enjoy almost all of my TWSBIs. This, it's kind of faceted around the barrel, and so I do like the feel of that, and I really do like the textured grip here. I know some people don't, and again, that's personal preference. Again, capping it would just be too awkward for me. I don't have like tiny hands, but I don't have big hands, so I just really prefer to hold the cap in my right hand. All right, so there's kind of the functional things about pens that just kind of make me go, yes, these are my pens. These are meant for me. And then finally, I'm just gonna share three that are just absolutely about joy. The first one is my TWSBI Eco in Lime. This was my very first like real fountain pen that I purchased 12 years ago, 11 years ago, something like that. And I didn't know what I was doing. I put the wrong kind of ink in it. I thought it was ruined. I unscrewed the back too much and then it was stuck. And so my husband had to completely take it apart, put it back together for me. And it just is, it's kind of just where it all started. Even though I had like a Pilot Metropolitan in college and had played around with other fountain pens, I felt like this was like my first like big pen purchase at, you know, a whopping $27. But when you're not in the community and that's not your hobby, you know, $27 for a pen is a lot. And so this pen brings me joy because it's just kind of nostalgic. I have Colorverse glue-on in this pen, and I love that pairing. I will always have Colorverse glue-on in this pen. So this pen just brings me joy. And you guys, look, I know that I'm writing like the ink here and the type of pen and the resin, and it's just not even planned out. I just am jumping on here and just sharing. So if there's something that I forget to put at least in the description that you want to know, let me know. The next pen that brings me absolute joy, is my Schoen Design Pocket 6. I cannot express how much I love this pen. It has these super cool facets. I got the orange and black one. This was from the San Francisco Pen Show last year. My husband got the blue and black one, so we're twinsies. And it looks tiny, right? And then you screw the back on, and it's just the perfect size. So I don't have a cap to play with, right? Because I'm gonna, you know, post this one as it's intended to. But I love writing with this pen. It just makes me so happy. I love the size of it. I love the weight of it. It's extremely satisfying when I just screw it back together. It's just kind of this soft, cushiony screw in there, and I just really like that. And another Schoen design Pocket 6 is on my wish list for San Francisco. I don't think he's going to be at Pacific Northwest Pen Show in July, but he will be at San Francisco. And I've had my eye on a Pocket 6, the color combination, for probably a year. And if I can really save my pennies, I am going to get it with a monarch nib. And if you know what that is, you know that I'm going to need to save my pennies for that, but it will be pretty epic. And then lastly, my final pen that brings me so much joy, and I've talked about this pen numerous times. It is my Carolina Pen Co. Primary Manipulation 1 in matte that I got in California back in February. I am obsessed with this resin. I love it. Just like I have it in, this is Primary Manipulation 1 as well, but it's in the glossy. And I love a matte pen. So this pen just brings me so much joy, and I love all the colors in it. I love the way that the resin just fell and swirled and the different color options. Right now, I have it inked, kind of highlighting this lavender, but I'm kind of getting a little twitchy with that, and so I'm gonna play around with maybe swatching some of the other colors in this pen to see if there is a better match, just to switch it. I mean, the lavender that I've got in here is fantastic, but I just kind of ready for a change. But this pen, this might be like, I hate to play favorites. I hate to say I have an absolute favorite pen, but this resin is just kind of out of this world for me. Okay, so there's my list. And I'm curious what you think. Do you think that these categories are, like, did I hit those? Are these the categories that, when you think about the pens that are just for you, are there other categories that you would include? I didn't want to, get too detailed and have, 12 different categories, but I just felt like these 4 really just spoke to me, and these are the 4 things that really just make a pen mine, and that just make me know this is the pen for me. Okay, so what'd you think? Ask any questions in the comments. I will try to link all of the pens and the ink pairings in the description. And if you have any questions or have any suggestions for your categories, let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.